What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. I hope you're all taking care of yourself, doing well. Those of you that are deemed as essential, I hope you're being safe, as I am trying to be. It's kind of a scary world out there right now. Got a little collection update video for you guys today. I think I've got about 6 CDs and a record. Speaking of records, I do have a giveaway going. I think I'm going to keep this going to about the 15th, so you still have some time to get in on this. Giving away a copy of Death Magic Mother by the project Mare. Fantastic stuff. I have a video up talking about this album and telling you how to get in on that giveaway. I will link that up in the description, so definitely go get in on that if you have not done so. I'm just going to get right into this. I think I'll show the record first. This is one that I really wanted to get my hands on. It's by one of my all-time favorite bands ever. We have Typo Negative with the 20th anniversary vinyl reissue of World Coming Down. This was reissued by Run Out Groove. They did a pretty solid job on this. I was pretty impressed. One good thing about records is you just get that giant artwork that doesn't quite get captured on CDs sometimes. I'm pretty vocal about enjoying listening to CDs over vinyl. But when it's a band like this that I absolutely love, I have to get in on this. I think World Coming Down is probably my second favorite Typo Negative release outside of October Rust. I'm hoping October Rust will get the reissue treatment sometime soon. I know it's been like in the big box sets, vinyl box sets and stuff, but I would like to have it just as a standalone reissue. This album holds kind of some nostalgia and some kind of sentimental value to me. So when I saw that it was reissued, I had to go out of my way to find a way. Don't understand why it was split up onto 4 actual sides. I don't understand the need for a double vinyl release on this album. It's on this green. There is some black splatter. I don't know how well my camera's going to pick that up. Then you have kind of the blood cells or whatever on the sticker. As I said, I'm not quite sure why it was deemed necessary for a double vinyl release, but that's okay. I mean, I love the album. I love Typo Negative, so I had to get my hands on it. I also came with a poster. If I can get that out of here. Kind of reminiscent of the fold-out poster that was in the CD version on the jacket and the CD. Nice stuff. I will not be hanging that up. I think I'm just going to keep this complete. Probably will give this 1 or 2 spins on the turntable. I actually haven't even listened to this yet. Just to kind of compare the sound quality and the sound coming from the vinyl to my actual CD copy. I think I will just continue listening to my CD for the majority of the time, but I am collector scum, and when it's a band like that I love, I wanted to have that in my collection. The other stuff I have a stack of about 6 CDs here. This is all doom metal stuff. If you haven't, I'll probably put that in the title just so people will know, because everything in this update is doom driven. First up, we have the newest release, the 2020 release from My Dying Bride, the Ghost of Orion. Sorry, can't even speak today. This is I really enjoy this. I've heard some kind of mixed reviews on this album, but I've absolutely fallen in love with this. I think I've listened to this about 6 times since I've had this in already. I just put it in and I have to sit back I have a recliner sitting just off screen that you can't see right next to my stereo. And I've put the CD in and it just kind of swallows me into that chair, and I feel like I can't move until I've given this a listen in its entirety. It's kind of, for those of you that are still holding on hope for another Turn Loose the Swans or that type album from My Dying Bride, I mean, that era is gone. This is a more, I guess, crisp and polished era of My Dying Bride. Kind of plays on the picks up where Feel the Misery left off, which I absolutely love. Feel the Misery. I know that was another one that had kind of mixed reviews, and the people that enjoyed that seem to really enjoy that. If you enjoyed that album, I think you're going to love The Ghost of Orion as well. It's just a continuation of that more crisp, polished sound that my dying bride has kind of gravitated towards. Don't get me wrong, I love the old stuff too. That being said, I also picked up Turn Loose the Swans. I cannot believe I did not have this in my collection already. I was searching for the Ghost of Orion. I found a copy of that to order, and I ordered that. But while I was searching for that, this popped up, and it was so cheap. I was like, man, I think I have this, but I'm going to go ahead and order it just to get it in. You know, it's so cheap. I'm going to have a spare copy, and luckily for me, I did not already own this. I don't know, as I said, I don't know how I've made it that long without this in my collection. Amazing stuff. Probably my favorite release of all time from My Dying Bride, but so glad to have this in the collection now. So amazing stuff. Next up, more doom metal. Go figure. This is kind of a stonerish, sludgy type stuff. This is the only full length from this band. It came out in 1999, I want to say, and this is Angel Rot with Unlistenable Hymns of Indulgent Damnage. Has an early the guitar tones on this kind of reminiscent of early White Zombie, if that makes any sense to you whatsoever. One of the founding members of White Zombie created Angel Rot after leaving the band, after leaving the White Zombie band. So it is pretty good stuff. Tom 5, I was trying to think of his name. It had slipped my mind there. Yeah, he does the vocals on this, and it has a very early. You can tell the White Zombie influence back when White Zombie was pretty high esteemed as far as in the metal hard rock scene. Angel Rod, a pretty good CD. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I haven't heard. There's not just too many reviews and that type of stuff out about that album, but I'm pretty stoked to have that in the collection. Next up, we have some Black Sabbath. This was the, I guess, the last full length that they ever put out. I think it came out around 2013, probably reminiscent of the name there. This is 13 by Black Sabbath. It has that kind of 3D looking cover on this. I mean, I gave this a listen. I've given this one listen, and it was kind of a hard listen. I did not really dig this at all. It was not reminiscent of Black Sabbath to me whatsoever. Kind of had a that kind of lousy period of Ozzy solo stuff vibe going on is what that felt like to me. It did not feel like a Black Sabbath album. It didn't have that kind of ominous tone that I expect from Black Sabbath. I wasn't into it at all. I may return to that at some point in the future and try to give it another shot. But as for right now, I'm not big on that album at all. Next up, we have Celestial Crown with Suicidal Angels. I ordered this from Redstream, and I actually ordered a different CD from Celestial Crown, and this is the one that they sent me on accident. I told them don't worry about it because I didn't own this one already, so I'll throw this one in the collection. Not a big fan of this one either. My introduction to Celestial Crown was their newest, I say newest, I think it came out about 4 years ago, release. I think it was entitled The Rebirth. And I fell in love with the female vocals on that album. Victoria did a pretty fantastic job on those vocals. Unfortunately, she's not on this album. The Rebirth was the only album that she did the vocals on. So I was a bit unimpressed with that, with the female vocals on this release. So it is what it is. Unfortunately too, I think the Rebirth was the only Celestial Crown album that she did vocals on. So I may kind of pause grabbing that band's material as well. Have to dig a little deeper. I can't do just blind buys because I wasn't super big on Suicidal Angels. Last but not least, we have Paradise Lost with Reflection. This is kind of a compilation, kind of best of album. I think this was originally released in 1999. This is the 2012 kind of reissue, repress, I would say. Nothing new or added to this from the 99 version. It's just, I guess, another run of the album. Has some good stuff. Has some stuff from the probably heyday of Paradise Lost, some of the earlier stuff, so I can definitely appreciate that. Some of the teeth are missing on the jewel case, so Not too much going on with the inside of the album, but it has definitely has some stuff, and the jewel case is broke, so I will be. If the missing teeth weren't enough to make me want to change out the jewel case, now that the prong is broke, it definitely will be getting changed directly after this video. But yeah, Paradise Lost, fantastic stuff. One good thing about a best of type CD with a band like this, it's something that you can put on it, and you don't feel like you have any type filler. It has some stuff from a couple songs hitting from that mid era. I think a 1 second's on here, that type of stuff. Some of that people just weren't too into, but the majority of this release is pretty stellar, top notch Paradise Lost material. That's all I've got for today. I will, as always, list all of these albums in the description so you can check them out. If you see something that you want to dig into a little deeper, you can go put in the work and find it and give it a shot. I will also be linking up the giveaway video if you want to get in on that Black Mare record giveaway. I'll have my Instagram and Facebook for the channel listed down there as well if you want to give a follow on that. Once again, I hope you guys are staying safe, washing your hands, all that good stuff. I will try to get some more videos out. I have some days coming up off of work next week, so hopefully I can get some stuff recorded and get some more material you guys' ways in the very near future. Stay classy, stay metal. I will see you all very soon, I promise.